Hello, Sleep Warriors. This is Kenny McCollum at KimberlyMD.com, and this is part two of 12 helpful CPAP tips you may not know. And here we go.
Number 7, pulling off the mask at night. I hear this a lot. So the solution, one solution is to actually buy a chin strap and place it over the top of the mask. So you can't do this with all masks. Here's a chin strap. There's lots of different varieties, but you can buy a chin strap and actually put it over the top of the mask. That will help to hold it in place. So this works well, especially with like a nasal pillow type mask and some nasal type masks. There are a couple of full face masks that you can do this with, not all though. The other one that is not quite as a popular solution is to change to a mask with just a sturdier headgear. So for example, a P10 mask, the one on the left here, not a real sturdy headgear, like it's really just a loop at the back of the head. That's really easy to just pull off at night. So switching to example an N20 on the right there can help to keep the mask in place at night. It's not quite so easy to pull off and will help you to keep your mask on at night. Number 8, irritation from the mask cushion. So the solution, mask cushion pads such as Ramsey, Snugs, or other mask cushion pads. So this is a couple of examples. On the top is the Ramsey, lower right there is the Snugs. There's a couple other varieties out there. Yeah, so and these are just little pads you just put over the cushion, kind of covers the silicone. Great, acts as a barrier, between your skin and the cushion itself, and can definitely help with, any sort of, contact dermatitis that the cushion can cause. Yeah, these are inexpensive and can be quite effective at helping with any sort of skin breakdown that the cushion can cause. Number 9, breakdown on the bridge of the nose and don't want to switch masks. Solution, gecko pads or other nose pads, or foam mask cushions like the ResMed N20 or F20 AirTouch. So upper right-hand corner, this is the ResMed Gecko pad. It's just a little silicone cushion that you can place on the bridge of the nose. There's a couple of other manufacturers that make similar items. Lower right-hand corner, there's the F20 AirTouch cushion. And it's great. It acts, the cushion's just a little softer. They make a nasal version of this as well. So great for skin breakdown on the bridge of the nose. So yeah, good effective items for that issue. Number 10, headgear is causing marks or discomfort. The solution, uh, headgear padding like Patacheek. So it's Patacheek is a company, you can look it up online, and they make these little pads, and they're great. They make these for pretty much all the masks out there, and all the different headgear. Pretty much custom made. So yeah, if you are getting marks or irritation from the headgear, you can just go right to Patacheek. I think it's patacheek.com and order these up. And there's several manufacturers that make these types of items. Just look up CPAP mask pads, and yeah, you can find all kinds of stuff like this. Number 11, rainout for a non-heated tube. So what is rainout, first of all? So it's condensation that occurs when heated air cools in the tubing and reaches the mask as water, or when condensation builds up in your tube. So rainout, let's talk about it with non-heated tubing. So the solution for non-heated tubing, so increasing the temperature of your room can help. Keeping the tube under your blanket with you as much as possible. Lower the humidity on the machine. Close your windows, don't let the fans blow in your tube, etc. Tube wraps, so we talked about tube wraps, that can help. And basically keeping the tube as warm and as dry as possible. So that's really the best solution, keeping it as warm and as dry as possible. Number 12, rainout with a heated tubing. Solutions. Increase the temperature of the tube as high as you can tolerate it. The default range for most tubes on most machines is about 80 to 82 degrees. And on most units, it goes up to about 87 degrees. So you may need to periodically change the tube temperature to prevent rainout. So it's not a set it and forget it situation. The temperature on your tube may need to be adjusted periodically. So the same temperature that works in the summer may not work in the winter. So as the seasons change, you're going to have to adjust the temperature to prevent rainout. I especially note this as summer turns into winter, that I start getting calls about rainout in tubes, and I just usually tell people to turn up the temperature, and that takes care of it. The auto tube setting on CPAP machines usually only works well in very static climates or home environments. So if you live in an environment where the humidity and the temperature is always the same, or your home environment, temperature and humidity is always the same, then the auto setting on the CPAP will generally work well. But that's usually not the case for most people. So auto doesn't always work super great on most machines. They just haven't quite perfected that technology, in my opinion. So I think the manual setting often works the best for most environments. Just making some little adjustments here and there works well. All right, and there are 12 CPAP tips that you may not know. Thank you.
I hope you found some helpful information from this two-part series, and I will be working on some additional CPAP tips for upcoming Sleep Tech Bites. Until then, if you would like additional support, KimberlyMD.com offers a CPAP 101 course, which is designed especially for new CPAP users, or if you prefer a more personalized experience, we also offer group coaching or one-on-one coaching with me, Kenny McCollum. Thank you, and until next time, sleep well.